Eid makeup tutorial and how to create this makeup look. It's giving like old Hollywood vibes and I don't know, just super glowy, and I love the whole eyeliner look. I haven't done like a bold eyeliner in such a long time and I actually miss it. It's my type of glam when I want to pick up any look basically. So to start off this makeup look, we're going to start off with a primer. This is the Magic Cream from Charlotte Tilbury. Guys, I have been using this to death. It's one of my favorite primers for makeup and it honestly has been going with most of my foundations. So that's why I love using it. So this is my skin after applying the primer, and guys, the key for the perfect makeup base is make sure you do your skincare at least 10 to 15 minutes before applying your makeup, just so that the skincare really absorbs in before starting with your makeup routine. So firstly, we're gonna go on with the Goof Brew Pow Pencil and the brow gel from Benefit. Honestly, I love them. My favorite brow products. I use a shade 3 because it's the perfect kind of color for my brows. I do have really light brows, and I'm the type of person like I don't like my eyebrows to stand out. I like it to kind of like blend in. So basically natural. So definitely go for your shade or a little bit lighter. Don't go too dark. And if you have dark eyebrows, honestly, you don't need to fill them in. Just get a brow gel. When it comes to applying your brow gel, basically apply it on your whole eyebrow, but focus mainly on the ends. Okay, so now we're going in with a pencil. So I kind of mainly tried to fill in more towards the end because I don't like the area by my nose to be kind of too dark, because technically the most natural way for your eyebrows to look is if it's kind of like lighter here and goes darker there. I don't know, I just feel like it looks so much more natural. Now we're gonna go off with shaping my brows. So I use a concealer that's exactly my skin color, and obviously just kind of like a thin flat brush because we're gonna be shaping our brows. And I'm using the 2.7N Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. Guys, I've been using this to death. Like since I got it, it's been my main concealer, so we love her. So as you can see, I started off exactly where my eyebrow is, and then I kind of went a little bit thinner as I went out. So I am going to be covering some eyebrow hair. Again, I don't do my eyebrows, so that's why I have to do that. Make sure you always do the top because it kind of helps in shaping. And then you just do the middle there, and that's it. And make sure that you kind of blend the concealer upwards just so it doesn't look too patchy when you're applying your foundation. I'm a very light foundation type of person, so I hardly ever use full coverage anymore, so this needs to be blended out quite well. Next, we are going with the underpainting method, which basically means you apply your bronzer and blush under your foundation. It's just a more natural way, and I feel like since I've been doing that, my like contour in that doesn't stick out so much like in pictures and that, and it just looks more natural and I don't know, more glowy. So we're going in with the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand, and this is in shade fair to medium, and then as a blush we're using the Chubby Stick Clinique, and this is number 1 Amped Up Apple. So usually you even do concealer with this underpainting technique, but I just do bronzer, contour and blush. When it comes to contour, I'm kind of very minimal. So I know I applied more dots there, and then we're just gonna add a little bit there, and then a little bit just under the chin there, just to kind of frame my face. And again, I always apply by my nose. Make sure you apply by your eye, because again, we're not doing eyeshadow, so this is going to be kind of like your eyeshadow. We're going to blend this out first before applying the blush, and I kind of like to tend to go a little bit down there just because it suits my face. And again, you're just dabbing, you're not rubbing, because you want the product to kind of stay in place. Don't worry if it looks scary now, trust the process. So with blush, I kind of like to apply it in the apples of my cheek, my nose, and the bridge there, and a little bit on my chin. And don't forget the eye a little bit, just because, again, this is your own. Again, you are just going to dab in the exact area because you don't want to take away the product. You want it to kind of help blend it into the skin. The reason I apply it on my nose is kind of for like a sun-kissed look, and it's the perfect time to put it for like spring and summer. Foundations, we're going with one of my favorite foundations from Charlotte Tilbury, and it is the Beautiful Skin Foundation. This is a glowy. It's more of kind of like a light to medium coverage, more on the medium side, but I love the color. It is perfect for my skin, and I just love it. Like, it's one of probably my favorite foundations that I use for like if I want more full coverage of my face. So we are gonna apply 2 pumps because we do want more of a full coverage look. I'm gonna add a little bit of extra blush because you guys know I love blush. Contour, I'm not gonna add more. Usually the trick with the contour is I just use the contour brush that I did use just to kind of like add in a little bit where I had my contour. And I'm just moving on to concealer, and this is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter. Again, one of my favorite concealers. And we're just gonna be applying this on my face on areas I kind of want to highlight and pick up. I'm only using one concealer shade because I don't like using the lighter concealer shade. I just find like the one is perfect for me. And I do use kind of like another powder to kind of brighten up a bit. Okay, so we're just applying the concealer under the eyes there. Again, don't need too much. If you feel like you need to cover more, as in like you have darker circles, use a color corrector, kind of like a peachy red, depending on your skin color. That will do most of the coverage for you, because the more product you add under the eye, the more it is going to crease. So that's why you have to use minimal product. That's why I didn't apply any foundation under my eye, just primer and then now concealer. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna make sure you're gonna blend out everything, like every part of the concealer except the under eye part, because that you want to do last, just before you apply your setting powder. Okay, so basically we went in with the setting powder, the setting spray, because we want to kind of do all the wet products first. We are going to be applying more wet products after this, but this is kind of like the most wet products you'll be applying at the same time. So that's why I like to kind of like just set it in so that it lasts longer. So that's why we kind of use a setting spray twice in this routine, after wet products and at the end when we are done. The setting powder that we're using is the Catrice Instant Matte Invisible Matte. I love this setting powder. I haven't found a setting powder that I loved more than this. This kind of really avoids me from creasing. Like, I may get one crease, but usually with other powders, the crease is much worse and it just comes up so much quicker. But this one kind of like sorts it out. So I absolutely love this one. So the key thing that we're gonna do here is you're basically gonna have a powder puff ready here. Sorry, I need to clean this one. I have a powder puff here, and what you're going to do is you're going to dab the powder puff in the powder and kind of like dab it on your hand and keep it ready, because as soon as you blend the concealer, you need to apply this on. That is the best way. So because I want this look to kind of look young and glowy, we're kind of going for like an old Hollywood makeup look with liner and everything. So for blush, I'm using this kind of like liquidy blush. This is the Pink Gasm. It's basically a highlighter and blush in one, because I'm not going to be using any liquid highlighter. You're basically going to apply blush in the same areas we applied before, but kind of more closer to where you would apply your highlighter, which is just above your cheekbones there. You're just gonna blend the blush in the exact area. Then we are going with the Dior Backstage Glow Face palette, one of my favorite highlighters. It doesn't kind of like set into my pores, because I have porous skin. So this is really great. I love how it sits. It's not too much, it's not too little, because now we just kind of want that glow. We don't want it to look like there's too much highlight there. But honestly, you can see mine is like in bits, but I'm gonna use this till it's done, because I absolutely love this product and it's something I would definitely repurchase. So you're basically just gonna apply the highlighter on the chin there, on top of the lip, nose, bridge of the nose, right there, and just on top of your cheekbone. So now we're gonna go in with the eyeliner. Guys, this is a really tricky part to do on camera. I don't know how people do eyeliner on camera. It's impossible. We're kind of going with like a Hollywood makeup look, so we want to kind of like flick up the eyes. I like to say to give the butterfly effect, but basically just to pick up the eyes. That's what I want to do. And we are going to go kind of thick right here and then go thinner as we go in. And obviously the wing, we just want it to be not too thick and not too. Now we're going to start filling it in. Again, you want it to be a little bit thick here and then go thin as you go inwards. So mascara, we're going in with the Essence I Love Extreme. This is probably one of my favorite drugstore mascaras. It will always be my favorite. It really gives the volume and also the length. Always curl your lashes. You kind of put your lash in, look up and kind of pump there just to make sure you curl your lashes as much as possible. Before you just apply your mascara and that, apply a black liner in the top lash just to kind of thicken your lashes. It just makes your lashes look thicker, and go from the root and then go zigzag upwards. And you're really going to dab in here just to make sure you really get the product in. I'm just adding a little bit of kind of bronzer. This is just for my nose area, just to kind of make it more defined. I'm using the Hoola Benefit bronzer, and we're just gonna take kind of like a small fluffy brush and just apply some product in and always tap. Okay, so we're just going in with blush. The reason why I didn't finish it off my eyes because I kind of wanted the mascara to dry up a little bit. So we're just gonna apply this just here in the apples of my cheeks. So we're just applying the lashes here. These are the Primark lashes, one of my favorite lashes, and it really gives that butterfly look. And guys, I always cut my lashes because I basically cut like the outer corner of the lashes just because I want my lash to kind of start at the 3/4 of my eye. That's the best way to describe it, because it looks more natural, and I always get compliments and say like, are you wearing lash extensions? I'm like, no, it's just lashes, you can take them off, you know, so it's great. And I always use the duo glue. It is the best. Your lashes will last. And we're just gonna line our lips, and we're using our brow pencils. So if you make any mistakes, you could always use your concealer brush to kind of fix it. And then we're just gonna go in with kind of like a pinky liner. This is the 8 Hour Matte from Essence. And I'm just going over wherever I applied the brown liner just to kind of make it look more natural. Lastly, with the lips, we are going in with the Essence Hydra Kiss Lip Oil. And this is in shade Pink Champagne. I think this is the perfect one that matches the look I wanted to recreate. How beautiful is this lip oil? Last stage is we're going to be applying kind of like a nude liner in the bottom lash just to kind of open our eye a little bit. Last stage we're gonna be applying some highlighter in the corner of the eye just to kind of make the eyes pop a little bit more. The makeup look is done, and I think I absolutely love how it turned out. Now we're just gonna set the face to add some more hydration in the face and also to kind of make sure the makeup stays in place.